Just in case I've never told you, I love waking up with you like this. No alarms, especially not any alarms before sunrise. Nothing we need to get out of bed for. You did take today off, right? I didn't dream that, did I? Good. It almost feels like I haven't seen you in weeks. And God knows you aren't sleeping enough. Do I even want to ask what time you came to bed? I didn't think so. I must have been tired. I don't even remember you coming in. I slept like a rock, to be honest. How about you? I guess we've both been working hard lately, but that makes right now, in this moment, in our bed, with no immediate reason to leave it, extra special, don't you think? That wasn't a threat. If you want to consider it anything, call it a reminder, I guess. Or a simple statement of how nice I think it is. Just laying here in the quiet, cuddled up with you, and of how much I appreciate that you're here, that you took the time off. Don't act like you want to get up. That's just mean. And you know it. And besides, you're enjoying the cuddling just as much as I am. Because I can tell. I can. I really am glad you took some time just to get that on the table. I'm glad for both of us. I know your work is still blowing up, and that project is... that project is still going full force. So I know even thinking of doing this took a lot of consideration, and making it happen took a lot of wrangling. But I'm grateful that you did. I think we both needed a morning like this one. Slow and sleepy and gentle and close and soft. Mm-hmm. No, nothing big happened after I came to bed and before I went to sleep. I read for a little while and then my mom texted. She wanted to make sure we were still coming to the annual pack gathering at the end of next month. She said Dad is getting lost in the number crunching and the planning and trying to account for as many variables as possible, but that's my dad for you. Yeah. I told her I'd definitely be there, but I wasn't sure if you'd still be able to make it. I told her you might have to work, especially since I wasn't sure about the status of your project, but I also told her I'd check. That's what I assumed, as much as I hate it. Have I mentioned lately that I'm gonna be so much less concerned about your well-being when that project is finally finished? I hate that they're still leaning so heavily into you and your skill set to get it completed. The longer this drags on, the more surprised I am that they aren't expanding your team. But let's not talk about work anymore right now. I actually am excited. Really excited. Especially since we had to miss last year with the move and everything. It'll be nice to see everyone. Not to mention the snowboarding. I know we've been trying to organize a first pack gathering for our pack for next year, but I don't know. This is selfish of me to want, but I know I'm allowed to want things, but really, this is selfish, and I can admit that. Which is why I haven't brought it up at all. But I've thought about maybe combining our pack and my parents' pack for next year's gathering. I don't know, the amount of stress it would put on my dad would be enormous, because he would take that all on himself no matter what I said or tried to do. And that would be such an immense amount of coordination in order to make it work. Not to mention that it would make it about more than just our pack, and that isn't the point of a gathering. This is just me being selfish, essentially wanting to have what amounts to a family reunion with both sides of my family at once, rather than employing the easy solution of having our pack gathering 6 months after my parents have theirs. My parents raised me to eventually step up and be an alpha, to lead a pack. But I never expected to take over my parents' pack, as crazy as that may sound. My parents raised me to eventually step up and be an alpha, to lead a pack. but I never expected to take over my parents' pack, as odd as that may sound. That always felt like it belonged to Tristan, and not because of anything my parents said or did, or anything Tristan said or did. I just never expected or intended to stay in Sarley my whole life, and I think, on some level, my parents knew that, too. I chose to move to Connors Reef after I graduated, and I knew that in making that choice, a consequence would be creating a pack of my own, even if it was sooner than my parents or I had expected or planned. If I had stayed in Sarley, I'd still be part of my parents' pack. But I could, after moving here, have chosen to be packless. Lone wolf? Really? Oh, that's definitely going on the tally for you later, once we get out of bed. Hey, if I took the shift hit when talking about how my magic works, you deserve to take this one. Thank you. Anyway, when I started to build my pack, I wasn't unprepared, but there are times I don't know if I'm as prepared as I should have been before I made that leap. There are times I miss feeling like I'm still part of my parents' pack, and I know I shouldn't, and that's ridiculous. It's not like I never see them, and it's not like they aren't all still my family. But there are times I just miss it. I just really want to do right by our pack. I had such a wonderful experience growing up with mine, and there are so many wolves who need that too, who deserve that. And I know I can provide it, that we can provide it. You're right. I should just talk to my dad. I'll do it when I see him in a few weeks. I don't want to stress him about what's essentially a potentiality while he's still trying to prepare for the actuality. I know I don't tell you enough, or maybe I do and I just feel like I don't, but I couldn't do this without you. I wouldn't be who I am today without you, and our pack wouldn't be what it is without you either. Thank you, dearest. Was that your stomach? Oh my god. Well, I guess it is late enough that it's almost lunchtime. How does a leisurely breakfast sound? I agree. It sounds perfect to me, too.